Hello students, today we will be reading and studying a new chapter. On chapter 5, page 217, on the topic human body. As we will be learning different parts of our body, I want you all to get ready with your textbook, your pencil, your scale, and your eraser. You are required to underline some sentences and words as I did exactly and mark the number as I did, which would be your assignment and your spellings. The exercise answers are also given in the video itself. And as I will be reading from the textbook itself, line by lines, I requested you all to read along as I read. Let's start. The human body is made up of many parts. Each part of our body performs a specific function. We have already learned that each part of our body is made up of different types of tiny cells. Cells join to form tissues, and tissues combine to form organs. There are two types of organs in our body. They are internal organs and external organs. Internal organs are such as the brain, heart, lungs, kidney, and stomach, which are present inside our body. We cannot see these organs. External organs are those which we can see, including eyes, nose, tongue, head, legs, and ears. Organ system. What is an organ system? An organ system is a group of organs that work together like a team to perform a specific function. You have already learned about some organ system in your earlier classes. Let us learn about the skeletal system, the muscular system, and the nervous system. Now, as I have told you earlier, your job now is to underline these words. These are the important words. So, these underlined words, you have to read them at least 3 times. And these underlined words, these words in blue colors, are the ones which will be important for your spellings. So, you have to mark them for your spellings and mark them as 1, 2, 3, 4. And you have to keep doing this even for the rest of your lessons. Now let us learn about the skeletal system. What is a skeletal system? The skeletal system is a framework of bones that provides shape and support to the body. Bones are hard, white tissues present inside the body. There are 206 bones in the body of an adult human being. So this is our skeletal system. So if you ever wonder how a human being would look like without this skeletal system, without our bones and our skulls, we would probably look like this one. Now let us study the functions of the skeletal system. Number 1. It gives shape and support to the body. 2. Protects the soft internal organs such as heart, lungs, brain, and kidneys. So these heart, lungs, brains, and kidneys are inside our bones. Our bones protects us. 3. Helps in body movement. This is made possible with the help of muscles attached to the bones. 4. Helps in producing blood for the body. Bone marrow, a soft jelly-like substance found inside the bones, produces red blood cells. Number 5. Helps in storing minerals. Bones serve as a storage area for minerals such as calcium and phosphorus. This is why the intake of calcium medicine is really important to strengthen our bones. Now let us study the parts of the skeletal system. The skull, backbone or spine, rib cage, limbs and girdles are the main parts of the skeletal system. The skull. The skull is made up of two types of bones, cranial bones and facial bones. Cranial bones protects the brain and facial bones protect the eyes and nose. The skull is attached to the backbone. Backbone. The backbone or spine is made up of small bones called vertebrae, singular vertebra, which are arranged one above the other to form a column called the vertebral column. The arrangement of vertebrae allows our body to bend or twist in different directions. The spiral cord passes through the vertebral column. Thus, the backbone protects the spinal cord. Rib cage. This is the rib cage of a human body. The rib cage is the framework of bones in the chest. It is made up of curved bones called ribs, which are attached to the vertebral column in the back and the sternum in the front. The rib cage protects our heart and lungs. Limbs. Our arms and legs are called limbs. We have one pair of upper limbs or arms and one pair of lower limbs or legs. The upper limbs consist of arm, forearm, wrist, palm and fingers. Humerus is the longest bone in the upper limbs. The lower limbs consist of leg, ankle, feet and toes. Femur, high thigh bone, is the longest bone in the lower limbs and the body. Girdles. There are two pairs of girdles in our body. The arms are attached to the shoulder girdle or pectoral girdle. The shoulder girdle allows circular or rotatory movements of arms. The legs are attached to the hip girdle or pelvic girdle. The hip girdle allows the swinging movement of our legs. Joints. A joint is a place where two bones are linked together. Joints can be broadly classified into two types, immovable joints and movable joints. Immovable joints. The joints that do not allow any movement of bones are called immovable joints. The bones of the skull, except the lower jaw, have immovable joints. Movable joints. The joints that allow flexible movement of the bones are called movable joints. Movable joints are of four types: pivot joint, ball and socket joints, hinge joints and gliding joints. Pivot joint. It is found between the skull and the top vertebra, that is in the neck region. It allows us to move our head up, down and sideways. Ball and socket joints. These are found in the shoulders and the hips. They allow twisting and turning movements at the hip and the swinging movement of our arms. Hinge joints. These are found in the knee, elbow, fingers, and toes. Like the hinge of a door, the hinge joints allow movement in only two directions, forward and backwards. Number 4. Gliding joints. These are found in the wrist and the ankle. They allow flat bones to slide over each other.